Guys, I am Divyam from IGCSE Fingertips. Today we are going to discuss naming and isomerism. In the last video you had seen me explain how are they named. In this video we are going to take care of some examples. We are going to do some examples in which we are going to write names of hydrocarbon. So this is one carbon, right? So its chain name will be meth, and there are single bonds and there is no other carbon, so it's impossible to form double bond with another carbon. So this is methane, right? First example. Let's go to the next question. You have C double bond C and hydrogen are given, right? C double bond C, there are two carbon, so the chain name is eth and there is a double bond existing, so ethene, right? Ethene. For this one you have two carbon, so it is eth, right? There is OH, so it will have all in its name, but it has single bond between carbon, so it is ethanol, right? The name of this compound will be ethanol. Next question, next compound, we have two carbon, again eth, then single bond, so N, but it has C double bond OH, which is acid, so we have name is ethanoic acid, right? Just like in the table we did. Okay, so in this we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 carbon. 4 carbon is bute, right? And single bond in all the carbon atoms, so butane, right? In this you have 1, 2, 3 and 4 carbon, so again it is butane, but it has chlorine, and the name of the chlorine comes first. It's a prefix. The name of the chlorine is prefix. So let us add it. Where is chlorine? Chlorine is on the second carbon. If you count it from right hand side, it is on the third carbon. Now what we have to do, we have to count it from the side such that chlorine gets the least number. Okay, so if I count it from right, the chlorine is on third carbon. If I count it from the left, the chlorine is on second carbon. We have to name the functional group in such a way that the carbon attached to that functional group gets the lowest number. So we have 2 chlorobutane, right? Because the chlorine is on second carbon. Then we have another example. Let's see what is this. This is ester. This is something we have not discussed in that table, right? Because the naming is a little bit different. So the ester is formed from two compounds. One is acid and the other is alcohol, right? In drawing the structure, you first draw the acid and then the alcohol. In naming, you first name the alcohol and then the acid. How do we do that? Let's see. There are 3 carbon, so the name is pro, right? And the number of carbon on acids are also 3, so this is also pro. Now how to connect them? You will write propyl. Why? Because this is alkyl chain. It's attached to the main chain via oxygen. So it is propyl propanoate, right? Propyl propanoate. In the same way, there are 2 carbon on this side, so it is ethyl, and 2 carbon here, so ethanoate. Ethyl ethanoate. So these are some examples we have discussed for naming of hydrocarbons. Now let's get to some board questions that are asked in our exams, and let's find out that how can you answer. The table shows some information about aldehydes. Complete the table. Name, molecular formulas. So they have given blanks in some name and some molecular formulas. This is ethanol, contains 2 carbon. Propanol contains 3 carbon. Butanol must contain 4 carbon, right? That's the least we know about this. Then name, if this is butanol, propanol, ethanol, this will be methanol, right? And the structure does show it, it has one carbon in it, right? So C4, how many hydrogen will be there? In each compound, the number of hydrogen is increasing by 2. So we have H8, right? And the number of oxygen remains same. So you have O, right? Then deduce the general formula of aldehyde. The general formula of aldehyde is the number of hydrogen is 2 times the number of carbon, right? CH2, C2H4, C3H6, C4H8, and there is an oxygen present, right? So CnH2nO. What is the next part? Let's see. The structural formula of ethanol is shown. C double bond O group in aldehyde is at the end of the carbon chain. So this group is what they are talking about. This is the reactive part of molecule. What is the name given to this reactive part of any organic molecule? The name given is functional group. The name given is functional group. The reactive part is known as functional group. Okay, next. So they are asking increasing the number of atoms in one molecule of hydrocarbon increases the amount of energy released when it burns. What is the correct order, right? So they have given us the option of ethene, ethane and methane. They are asking indirectly, they are asking which of them has the most number of atoms in one molecule and which of them has the least number of atoms. So methane will be CH4. This has 5 atoms, right? Ethane is C2H6. So there are 8 atoms. Ethene is C2H4, which is 6 atoms. So let us rank them. This has the most atoms, this has the second most atoms, and this has the least atoms. So most energy will be released when ethane decomposes and least energy will be released when methane decomposes. Let's see which option agrees with us like that. So less energy released, methane, because it is rank 3. Most energy released, ethane, right, because it is rank 1. That is option D. This will be our correct answer. Then we have compound A. It has some functional groups, right? Let us circle them 1, 2, and there is a homologous series of double bond, right? Name the homologous series of compound that contains the following structures. C double bond C, it will be alkenes. The homologous series is alkenes, right? Now I have repeatedly told you that COOH and alcohol and aldehydes, all of those are functional groups, right? Sometimes in our boards the functional group and homologous series is used interchangeably in questions, but whenever you answer, right, like we answered, you have to write functional group where there is a functional group and homologous series where there is a homologous series. So OH is a part of functional group of alcohols, so we will write alcohol here. Then you have COOH, which is part of carboxylic acid, so we'll write carboxylic acid here, right? Which brings us to the end of this video. In the next video we are going to understand what are different types of formula, and then we will understand the isomerism in detail.